up, beautiful people, to another episode of Pursuit of Destiny podcast. It's your boy Ricky Jones Jr. and I am also excited to be with you all here today. As you probably already expected me to say, hey, I'm an excited person and that's just what it is. And so at the end of the day, as you saw or maybe as you read before you clicked on this podcast, you know it's all about believing in yourself and knowing that you can. Because not only is this important as it pertains to your personal development, but it's also important for you as a business owner, a business leader, a CEO. You always have to have the understanding, always have to have the knowledge, but you always have to have that mindset that I can do it. I can do it, which is why we do Affirmation Monday, which is why we had those other podcasts as well that talked about motivation and encourage yourself and where you're getting your identity from and certain things like that, because we know as time will tell, as opportunities will present themselves, as circumstances will come, as dilemmas will show up, so will the opportunity that will come that will have for you to attempt to doubt yourself, which is something that is detrimental to your momentum and your progression of your business and where you are in life. So knowing that you can is and will go a long way for who you are and for what you have to offer. And I mean, of course, like we like to do various stories and scenarios where we talk about how this is lived out. Well, I can say for even myself as it pertains to finishing college. So on a personal level, starting first, on a personal level with finishing college, I started out at one university and things got rough and I realized I was doing things that I shouldn't do and I just wanted a better life. So I had to talk to my parents and, come clean with them that, hey, I know where I am right now isn't where I need to be, so I need to make a move. And so I found this school, Louisiana State University, go LSU, go Tigers, and I believe this school will allow for me to be all that I need to be, have a clear mind, and start afresh. And so they equipped me with the ability to go out there and do it, and were right behind me and encouraging me and all that good stuff. But even as I was there, I was like, wait a minute, like this is another caliber of school. Like this is an upper echelon of individuals that I'm coming in contact with. But I had to remind myself that I can do it. I can finish. I was accepted into this school, not just because of my financial donations that I was contributing to the bottom line, but no, I was admitted to this school because they believed in me. And so because they believed in me, I then believed in myself that I can do it. And I just want to start right there and with the idea that no matter where you are in life, whomever has opened the door, whether it is at a job or is at a school or it is an opportunity to do what you do by way of business, you have that opportunity because the people on the other end believed in you and what you had to give them as far as a service or an item or a good or anything like that. They believed in you that you had something good to receive, and so they allowed for you to bring your services, and now you are able to do what you do. And so knowing that you can do it, knowing that you can achieve the job, knowing that you can fulfill the job goes so much further and so much longer than you can even imagine. And so you can do various things that will allow you to be equipped to have that mindset, equipped to have that understanding, or equipped to have that empowerment that lets you know that no matter what comes your way, that you are empowered, that you are able, that you can, right? And it starts first with the words that you say. Okay, so as you all know, we all about affirmations. We're all about what you say will ultimately be what you see, and the power that you have with your words ultimately will create the lifestyle or the life that you see. We believe that words have creative power, so largely we start with words. And I mean, I say start with words because you can hear it. However, I do believe that your mindset is so key. Your mindset is probably number one, right? The right mindset will take you so much further in life, but also with the right mindset has to come with the right words, then follows with the right actions, and then the right habits, and then you'll have the outcomes that you so desire, is what I believe. And so with that being said, start with your words. Start with what you are saying. Let yourself know that I can, right? Instead of looking at so many different ways to say is that you can, so many ways that it will say for you to doubt yourself or to give up or to quit, look all of those scenarios, all of those opportunities in the face. Okay, maybe they don't have an actual face. Maybe there are some people that are saying that you can't, you won't, and you never will. Well, look at them and let them know I can, and I really can, right? Or look those opportunities wherever they are and say I can, and spend more time on I can that will allow for the opportunities of this is how to present itself, right? The more we say we can, the more we're open to seeing how we can. And when we're seeing how we can, that will then for allow us to see the ways that we can, right? So words that we say take us a long way, but even if your mind may be playing tricks on you, what you say will then be heard by yourself, and then you'll hear yourself saying I can, to the point where you'll get to believing what you're saying, believing what you're hearing, believing the words that are coming out of your mouth. So start with I can, right? If you want to know that you can, if you want to stand on that you can, if you want to live a life of I can do it, start by what you're saying, followed by your actions, and then of course habits will follow. And so here's another scenario as it pertains to gardening. As you may or may not know, I'm very heavily involved in gardening. Crystal and I have started a gardening business, and we will further launch that out in the part of this year, as well as real like boom 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 next year with clients and things like that. But I had to tell myself I can do it. And what I'm fighting against is the idea that I wasn't raised on a farm. I wasn't raised on a garden. I was raised a suburban kid with a beautiful manicured lawn and a mother and father that worked. We were heavily involved in church, and I did extracurricular activities. And I say all that to say, we were always on the go. Like if we were home, it was to eat dinner and of course to sleep, wake up, shower, all that good stuff, and go about our day. It was that. It wasn't like outside cultivating a garden or growing anything like that. Nor was I around anybody that was doing that as well. I may have had like an auntie. I did have an auntie that had a garden, but I saw it, but I didn't really pay any attention because that wasn't what we did. So I saw it from like the window. You know how you open the blinds and you just look outside and you close the blinds like, oh, okay, I did see what you said. But at the end of the day, I'm not going out there to touch anything that you talk about. That was like that scenario. And so I grew up knowing about gardens. I grew up knowing about farms and things like that, but it wasn't anything that we did. And so now, as I'm like heavily involved in it, I come in contact with people who have been gardening for years, like for decades, for multiple decades, or they may have grown up with people that had gardens at their homes and things like that. And so what I have to tell myself most often is that, Ricky, you can do it. Ricky, you do have the knowledge and the understanding of what it takes to garden, of what it takes to grow things successfully, of all the various nuances of gardening and things like that, so that when I do go out and talk to people, when I do YouTube videos, when I do sell various growing products and things like that, I have to remind myself that I do have the information to share. I do have the information to give. I do know what I am talking about when I'm having these gardening conversations, so that it equips me. And when I walk in, when you walk in, when we walk in with the understanding that we can, it gives us a confidence beyond anything that we could even ask for. A confidence beyond anything that somebody would even be able to tangibly say, man, like there's something different about you, and you know what it is. You knew what it took to walk into that room, knowing the pep talk that you had to give yourself and things like that. But saying I can, knowing that you can, will go so much further. So even in those scenarios, I gave a personal scenario and even a business aspect of things. But even too, I want you to think about ways and times in which you had to remind yourself, I can do it. Had to tell yourself, I know I can do it. Had to look at yourself and say, walk in this room, because you have the ability to get this thing done, and they need you. They need me. They need our company to be able to live and thrive and do what they are attempting to do because of what we have. And so as we are continuing this podcast, we are living out this journey, attempting to help people, right? Help people in their personal development, help people within their businesses, giving you the fortitude and the know-how to get things done. But more than anything, aligning you with your ultimate destiny. And we know we can do those things by living life full of purpose, living our businesses full of purpose, or our mission statements, but more than anything as well, having that passion and that drive to get things done, because obstacles and opportunities to quit will come more than you can imagine. But you have to know within yourself, yes, you can do it. 2, why you want to do it. But then 3, that it give you that energy to get through it. Okay, so with that being said, know that you can, know that you can, know that you can. If you need to, tap into our Monday affirmations, which you'll find those. We probably did about 4 of those already. There'll be many more to come. We might even do those more often than just on Mondays. More than anything, we want to equip you to be strong, to be excited about each and every day, to also not only just live life, but to pursue destiny, but do it in a way that you know what you're doing so that you can repeat what you're doing and do it so much so that you'll be able to help others do that as well. So, with that being said, know that you can, know that you can, know that you can, and start by saying, I can, I can, I can, and I truly believe that you will. So, with that being said, if you have any other questions, thoughts, or comments, you can email us or you can hit us up in the comment section and things like that. But with that being said, I love you all. We appreciate you all. Share this podcast if you haven't already done so. Go ahead and follow, subscribe, all those various things that you may be listening on, because we're on a little bit everywhere. So wherever you are listening, watching, tuning in, be sure to lock in, link in with this here podcast. So with that being said, we love you. Until next time.